Hi, welcome to the Silver Spleen. My name is Chopper Reed, and this is my review of Fearless. Ronnie Yu directed 2006's Fearless, and it was his return to Chinese cinema after spending time in Hollywood. This was also Jet Li's last martial arts movie. Fearless tells a very fictionalized story based on the real-life character Ho Yun-ja, a renowned martial artist at the turn of the 20th century. In the beginning of Fist of Fury, Bruce Lee's character returns to Shanghai for the funeral of his master. That master is Ho Yun-ja. Ho Yun-ja's father is played by Colin Chow, who makes the most of a small role. His son, of course, learns martial arts and becomes famous for it, even as his success does absolutely nothing for his personal or emotional growth. The movie does meander a bit, and the director's cut can sometimes feel a bit long-winded. This is partially due to the addition of quite a number of scenes that weren't in the original theatrical release. The film opens with a rather clumsy prologue set in the modern day, with Michelle Yeoh delivering a presentation in favor of adopting wushu as an Olympic sport. Cue the ultra-stiff white guy asking a question, and pretty soon we're racing back through time to the beginning of the narrative. I think there's a good reason why a lot of these extra scenes were left out of the theatrical cut, but some of them really do contribute to the story. Fearless is essentially a morality tale about redemption, but it's a very, very well-acted story, and that makes all the difference. The other thing that, of course, makes the difference is Jet Li. He's really impressive in this film, both as a martial artist and an actor. Unlike other not Asian, action stars, Jet Li has become a good actor. His portrayal of Ho Yun-ja is nuanced, complex, and very convincing. His ability to convey emotion and meaning with his facial expressions make the impact of the character and of the story that much more impressive. Jet Li is surrounded by other cast members who also turn in very notable performances. Dong Yeon plays Ho's lifelong friend. He can almost be called the moral center of the film, being a kind of polar opposite to Ho Yun-ja, but at the same time remaining the best kind of friend. Betty Sun plays a blind woman who takes care of Ho Yun-ja at one point in the film. It's always risky to portray people with physical challenges in a movie, but Betty Sun turns in a really great performance. Like Jet Li, her facial expressions say almost more than her dialogue. It had to have been extra hard for her because when you play a blind person, you generally have to maintain this very sort of neutral gaze because your eyes aren't supposed to see anything. I also like the way the film showed exactly how she coped with being blind and neither valorized her nor made her out to be a victim. Speaking of valor and victims, one thing I really appreciated about Fearless is the way that it makes the very reasonable point about the Chinese and China not being inferior to foreigners. Like Fist of Fury, it makes this point implicitly, showing Ho Yun-ja defeating his opponents, but without dehumanizing them or making them caricatures, as was done in movies like True Legend and others. Fearless takes a nuanced, even approach to a very real and very thorny time in China's history, and it does it in a way that's both very entertaining and thought-provoking. I don't mind national pride in movies. What I do mind are simplistic, cartoonish portrayals used to advance national pride. Thankfully, there is little to none of that here. These are complex, subtle characterizations that advance both the story and the principles that hold the story together. There is certainly some overstatement, but it's balanced by a much more human depiction than we often see in movies like this. One of the Japanese characters is a bad, evil person, but another one of them is shown to be honest, kind, and admirable. It was nice to see characterizations of Japanese people in a Chinese movie that wouldn't embarrass the ghost of Mickey Rooney. It's the kind of thing that, quite frankly, has gotten some directors in hot water up above Lo Wu. But I was really, really glad to see such an even-handed treatment of the issue. For that reason, for the martial arts, for the acting, for the cinematography, for the scenery, Fearless is a really, really impressive movie. And it's the kind of film that every time I watch it, I remember why I like it so much. Obviously, I'm going to recommend that you watch this movie. But let's face it, you know how you should do it. Pay some money to watch it. Don't steal it. In the description, there's a link where you can buy this movie. If you enjoyed this review, please leave me a comment. If you didn't enjoy the review, please leave me a comment. If you enjoy the reviews in general, please subscribe to the channel so that you can see all the new videos as soon as they're released. Thank you for watching.